Hey guys, Arva here, bringing you the 17th episode of my F1 P24 Challenge series. Today with Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the As Marina circuit. Two DRS zones, both very long, so we might have to watch out, but also I think we'll be able to overtake here because we can, really rack out that 7th gear and, get top speed. And especially in the Red Bull, actually, in real life, the Red Bull's not that fast, but the way Codemasters made this game, it doesn't really matter what happens in real life, really, which is kind of poor. It's kind of just set on a kind of Red Bulls in Tier 1, so they've got a fast car on the straight, even if the Red Bull really isn't that fast in a straight line in real life. The tyre wear's low, so it won't really be a factor. I hope not. I hope it won't be, because sometimes the tyre wear has really hindered us, especially in that Hungarian Grand Prix. Brake wear is high and downforce is high, so Abu Dhabi's one of my favourite circuits, and I kind of have my own personal setup. I don't really follow what you'd think would be the norm setup for Abu Dhabi. I kind of have my own one, and it kind of works for me. So yeah, and 3.5 mile track. It's pretty long. There's a lot of sharp turns, especially in the last sector. It's very hard. You have to gauge. You can't really brake too hard and then really turn in. You kind of have to keep your finger on the throttle pedal and kind of feather it through the section. But it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, so Lutzi's in front of us, Karthikeyan's on the right of us, and then Glock's on the right of Lutzi. So 5 lights and we're off, and pretty good start. We're going to change to mix 3 to get the fastest car we can. Got past Lutzi pretty well, going to go on the right of Glock. He nearly blocked us there. Kovline in front of us, and he's braking really early, and I had to hit him a bit annoying there. And we're kind of trapped in this box of Caterhams and Williams. Maldonado getting in my way. Get the hell out, man. Going on the left, going to swoop around all these guys. Alguersuari, 2 Force Indias, and that's Kobayashi Sauber. Then Harfield on the right of the Lotus, and then Petrov going to go around him, just making it. He tried to dive in the inside, didn't give him any space, and I nearly actually lost it there. Controlled it pretty well. So Hamilton's in front of us now, and I just must say, right now, looking at it, this just looks amazing. Like PS3 graphics aren't amazing, but this Abu Dhabi track just makes anything look amazing with the dramatic light change. So let's get back to the racing. Hamilton right in front of us. We'll try to look down the inside. He's looked down the inside of Schumacher, and now we're going to try and get Schumacher on the outside of here. And Schumacher's done. I think he's actually span off, and that was kind of mine and Hamilton's fault. But I'm just going to blame Hamilton. So Hamilton's from us now. We're 8th coming into this, well, not the last sector. I think we're probably just about in the last sector now. Cut the corner a tiny bit. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Hamilton, we looked up there, we got really close. The AI are just really bad in this sector in terms of they just brake too damn early. It's just so annoying. And we lock up on the right tyre there. Shouldn't hurt us too much. So Hamilton's still right in front of us, but he's also chasing down Rosberg, I believe that is. So the pack's pretty close all together up the front. The top 7 probably covered by, I would say, about 3 seconds at least or something. And my engine is apparently hot. I don't know how that is. I haven't been, in wrong gears or anything like that. So Hamilton, I'm going to dive up the inside, being a bit too aggressive there, and for some reason he had enough space to get back on the track, but he just turned right and went off, which is strange, but hell, I'm not going to complain. I'm 6th now. So Rosberg's 5th, and we got faster in that sector, and we cut the corner a tiny bit there, but really they don't really pick it up. I mean, they probably should do, and it's probably bad for me cutting corner, but if you have the game and it doesn't call you on the cutting corners, then do it. It gets you extra lap time. In the next game, if they do it, then if they call you on it, then don't call and cut that. But if you can and they don't give you a penalty, then just do it. Doesn't really matter. It's a game. It's not a real life situation. I mean, I know there's like hardcore fans, and I'm sort of one of them. I mean, I'm not like really I'm not like really stuck up about the rules and stuff, in terms of I'm not one of those people that will really annoy you in terms of if you corner cut or something. But yeah, no, I like realism, but also I think you got to think of it. It's a game, so if you can get a bit of an advantage because it's a game, then just do it. When it gets a bit more realistic, then obviously you don't do it, and that's great if it gets more realistic. But in 2012, 2011, sorry, you can cut a few corners and you can do fine. I mean, hopefully in 2012 they don't do that because it just makes a more realistic experience. And on the topic of 2012, I want to know your opinion, guys, of the latest developer diary. Um, well, not developer diary. Well, it was like a trailer, wasn't it? Like of Champions mode. I just feel it's a nice mode, but I really hope they didn't spend too much time on it because it'll take away from the career mode. I really hope they didn't. Yeah, so leave me your opinion about that. So we're really near Rosberg now. We've been catching him for about a lap, and now we've overtaken him pretty easily into that corner. In that corner, the AI just like to go really wide. They take a nice wide line, which is good, all well and good in real life. But in this game, you can just cut them through because, as I said, you can corner cut on that, and they won't call you on it. But it looks like Rosberg's actually catching us now on the straight. And he's really coarse. He's got the DRS open, that's why. And he's actually passes. This is the first time an AI has actually passes in the game. And I'm not going to let him finish that move because, well, because I'm not a softie. I wasn't going to just let him through. That's absurd. I wasn't going to let him through. So we're 5th and Massa's 4th now. So it's all looking pretty damn nice. I think we can probably try and catch the leaders. I'm not too sure. Alonso, is that Alonso? Oh no, Webber out front is looking very mighty there. He's got about a 5, 6, maybe even looking at it now, yeah, 6 or 7 second gap. Might be a bit wrong there. Can't really tell on the mini map. You know, the mini map's a bit crap, isn't it? So Massa in front of us now, and we're coming into the last bit of the 3rd lap, coming into the 4th lap now. So Massa, we're looking at Massa, should be pretty easy takings in terms of Massa sort of is bad. I don't really want to say too bad because Massa has been in the business quite a long time, but seriously, he's getting a bit old now. You know, can't really race too much, and that was a pretty easy move down the foot in the first corner to overtaking the. Oh God, I nearly lost it there. Just got 2 tyres onto the outside of the track. And the physics in Codemasters F1 2011 game has finally made its mark there, as my car was on top of the curved apex and I nearly lost it there, but we got it back. So Button's 3rd and Massa's behind us, and on Massa, I don't know, leave me your opinion about Massa as well. Do you think you know, he should leave Ferrari? Do you think he deserves a place in Ferrari? Personally, I think, you know, he should. I think it's time for him to think about, you know, stepping back from the top teams and maybe going to that, you know, kind of like, what do you call it, position of Pedro De La Rosa, where he's helping new teams get better with all the experience he has. Because I think ever since that like accident Massa had, he has never been the same, and I don't think he never will. And you know, it's not that he's doing badly, it's just that Alonso's doing amazingly in that car, and it's just that, you know, Alonso's not, I mean, Massa's not too bad of a driver, it's just that Alonso's so bloody amazing at driving, especially that Ferrari just like drags it around the track. And, you know, it's just that, you know, Massa is a good driver, but compared to Alonso, so that's what I'm saying, he's a good driver, but I think maybe it's time for him to step back from the Ferrari zone so that people can actually see that he is a good driver, but, you know, compared to the top drivers, you know, no one's going to look good. So we're catching Button here. Hopefully we can overtake him on the DRS straight. Obviously we're not going to use DRS, but I just like to call it DRS straight, so I can't even remember what the straight's called, and I don't think anyone would want to know what it's called. I don't think it interests you. And we've gone really wide there and got onto the marbles, locked up a bit. Oh, that was annoying, and we lost a bit of time to Button, and he's probably going to steam away. I think he's got his DRS open because he's chasing Alonso there. So, coming on now, maxing out that 7th gear, and this corner is really hard to get your braking right. If you brake too early, you just lose so much time, but if you brake too late, you go horribly wide and you have to cut the whole corner, which is just not nice. And yeah, it's just a very weird corner. But yeah, what the heck? This is one of my favourite tracks, and I know it's in real life. And we just taken Button there as I start talking about something else. Yeah, we took Button there pretty easily into the chicane. Well, kind of in the middle of the chicane. So again, shows the AI is really not that aggressive. But that was a pretty nice overtake, and so we're chasing that down Alonso. So let me go back to my point. You know, in real life, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is not very interesting. It's quite boring. But I think to drive it it's a real challenge, and it's real nice. And I think I like Abu Dhabi just for the plain simple fact that in 2010 and 11, the two games, yeah, in career mode, it always seemed that I was quick in qualifying and even quicker in the race. I mean, in the race it doesn't really count because we all know that in the race something just like changes. The AI just get hit on the head and they just drive as slow as you want. But in qualifying, you know, when they're actually fast, I can still beat them by considerable miles. And I found that same thing with Montreal. Montreal is definitely my favourite track to drive, and then I think would come Abu Dhabi probably. And then I think third might be Brazil. I like the flow of Brazil. I like the fact that in Abu Dhabi you can, you know, you have to know the track to get the best time, and I just like the fact that Montreal, I don't, it's not that I like, you know, there aren't any corners that I particularly like or anything like that. I mean, there are a few good corners, but just as a whole overall track, it's really nice. That in real life the atmosphere is amazing, and you know the fans are great, and also as a Jenson Button fan, you know, I love that track for the simple fact that he did that amazing race in 2011 when he caught Vettel. But to drive on the game, it's also really nice and also go really well there. You know, maybe tell me in the comments maybe what your favorite track is. What track you just like instantly go fast at. Maybe one you don't. For me, one I instantly just do not like is Suzuka. I just that first sector with the twists. I mean, I know that's a challenge, but I just do not like that. So getting back to the commentary, we couldn't catch Alonso. We're just gonna take third. It's set up for a great finale to this series. If you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, I'd appreciate if you could check out the series playlist in the bottom left annotation. And if you like the content, subscribe for more, because I'm going to bring out a new series that will span just this August month. I've been Arava, and thanks for watching.